Did it start? We good?
All right, wait a second. Hold on. Shit. All right, I don't know. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
We are live, buddy.
I know we're live. I'm just trying
we're live. Hello, everyone. There you are.
There we go. Okay.
There we go.
And then here we go. Am I looping?
Huh? Show run by professionals, man.
Here we go. Okay. Now we're live. Can you hear me?
Yeah, of course.
I got you. Hold on a second. I have you. There you go. You talk now?
I can hear myself. Can you hear?
I think you're muted. Did you mute yourself?
No.
All right. Hold on one second. All right. We're doing this. I'm trying to check.
Check. Can you hear me?
There you go. I don't know why I'm getting an echo. Do you hear an echo at all?
No.
All right. So hold on. I just got to close a window here or something. There we go. I found it. Okay. Here we go. Holy crap. Jesus.
We found the culprit.
I have 50 tabs open trying to do this thing properly. And so I go to do live, and then all of a sudden I'm getting YouTube echo here, YouTube echo. I'm like, where's it coming from? And my computer is like hiding tabs. Anyway, who cares? Welcome, everybody. It is a lovely, lovely Mondo Monday night. We're super excited because tonight we're talking about the latest and greatest release so far from our Masters of the Universe 1/6 line, PANTHOR. But before we get into it, let's say hello to my amazing partner in crime here over at Mondo, the head of the collectibles division, the brain trust behind it all, Mr. Hector Arce. What's up, dude?
How's it going, man? Good to be here. Good to be here with you.
Yeah, man, it's going to be a good one. So what's going on, everybody in the chat? We're super excited to show you some cool pictures tonight, some debut shots, right? Some behind the scenes stuff, and talk a little bit about the release in general, which is happening tomorrow night in early in the afternoon.
Tomorrow night.
yeah. In fact, you know what I did? Look what I made here. You see that?
Oh, look at that's fancy.
Isn't that cool? That's because I knew I was going to mess up some of the details. So it's literally copied from our product blog. So you can get all the details. It's exactly our Panther timed edition, available from Tuesday, November 14th at 12 noon Central Time until Friday, November 24th at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. I wanted to start with that.
Yeah.
Because even after the timed editions we've done in the past, there's always someone who hits me up after. I'm sure you get messages too, like, dude, I thought it was Eastern time or Pacific time when it ended or something like that. So this is a perfect thing to start off with that I want to make sure to be able to address that, right? So here we go with that. So yeah, it's good stuff there. Look at this fancy background. There we go. Boom.
There we go. Fancy background.
Oh, so yeah. So dude, what are you thinking now? Because this is a big moment tomorrow. Battle Cat was huge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think?
Let's we did change some stuff up. First of all, we used to do the timed editions to run until around it was like 10 a.m. Pacific time, around there. So we're giving folks a bit longer. You have the whole day on Friday to get it before 12 midnight Central Time. So just something new that we've changed it up a little bit just to give people a bit more time if they need it on the, there's always those last minute clickers, who wants to, are waiting until the very last. So we're giving folks a bit longer this time.
Yeah. And I've been guilty of that in the past myself, frankly.
Oh, I do it all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you hear like timed window.
Yeah.
I'll get it. I got things to do today. It's going to be there tomorrow. First thing tomorrow, you forget tomorrow. And then the loop.
And then I'm the guy usually at like 11, 45. I'm like, oh man, I forgot.
Exactly.
Usually how it goes.
Let's look at some of these beauty shots. Let's get right into it because, this deserves to get some time in the sun here. PANTHOR, it's our second, essentially like a vehicle, right? Like, a beast mount vehicle.
Yeah, it's a mount. It's a creature. For the Masters of the Universe line. I think it's been a long time coming, folks. When we announced Battle Cat, kind of all already assumed that a PANTHOR was going to be down the line. We felt like a year in between the two was a good enough gap for folks. And couldn't be happier. I personally, this is my favorite that we've done out of all the Masters of the Universe. And I say that a lot because we always do a lot of cool stuff. We've been putting out some good stuff. Oh, I love that picture.
Isn't that great?
Can you freeze on that for a second?
Yeah. Let me go back to that. I got it here on the slideshow deal. But this kind of starts to give you a glimpse.
Tells the story, of everything we've released in the last like handful of years, right?
Yeah.
You have all the original 4 right there. Like those are your main bad guys.
Yeah, I love it. And I think it's great to see it like this because whenever we do a release, we highlight that character, and you have these great, beautiful shots of that character in the environment. And there's battle scenes and stuff, but something like this, it's just like, as a collector, you're like, damn, dude, I have a great collection. Look at that. Right. And it brings it all together. You realize, how the Masters of the Universe characters and the villains, they're amazing on their own, but really when you start to group them up is when you start to get the feeling of that story, the nostalgia, the mythos coming together, that squad moment. It's good, dude. Yeah.
Raul was specifically, he was just like, I need you to read, because he had sent us Trapjaw back, right? And he hadn't received this yet. So he was like, oh, please send me Trapjaw so I can do this shot. It was like the one shot he wanted to do so bad, which was like all of them coming towards the camera. It's just awesome. And PANTHOR looks great in it too.
It looks awesome. Yeah. Cause it's, PANTHOR and Battle Cat both start to play with the idea. They start to, the visual of your collection starts to change when you add, beasts, mounts, vehicles, etc. Especially at 1/6, because at 1/6 you're like, dude, they're 12-inch figures. Like, I'm good. I don't need. But you don't. You realize that when you have He-Man on Battle Cat, it goes right. It's like the dream of your collection realized when everything is just bigger, more dynamic. The articulation that has been achieved in these figures, and we're going to talk about that. But yeah, man, it's so awesome in 6 scale to get this kind of dynamism. Look at this. Yeah. Who's not going to want this? I just think that you get Skeletor, you got the flowing cape, and it just looks so good. Like with the position, the cape that you can pose, obviously with the arm, with the wire inside on PANTHOR, to get this windswept look like that, man, it just looks great, dude. Yeah.
It was, again, testament to Raul's ability to pose a figure and make it look amazing, right? Yeah, exactly. Raul Barrero, he's just a master of his craft, and again, one of the best photographers I know in the scene right now, shooting action figures. And he not only gets it in such a cinematic way that makes you want to see a movie of the photos that he's taking, but he has the ability to pose them in such dynamic ways that just, when I get mine, like I try to pose them like how he posed them in his photos. Because
100%.
Yeah. Even though I work on these things, like he still poses them better than how I probably would have on my shelf.
100%. Mega J Retro, what a beast. Get your wallets ready. Thank God for that payment plan. Absolutely. Yeah, man. Shout out Alex Brewer in the chat, up to no good.
What's up, Alex?
Hit that like button, everybody. Thank you, Mega J. Yeah, that's a good idea. If you're watching, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we're back on YouTube, and we're going to be doing a lot more of these deep dives, especially into our big releases like that. So, you know, if you want to hear it from us first, come join us when we do these toy talks, because we love doing them and we can't wait to talk more about them with you guys. So,
Yeah. We can
super
get to
excited.
this later, but you know, as we do more of these, this is going to be a great place to catch exclusive announces that we're going to make, license announcements that we're really excited about for next year, that kind of stuff. So yeah, definitely happy to be back doing these. These are a lot of fun.
Totally, man. And I'm gonna get better at using this streaming software. I promise you. Next time we'll just start the show.
No double countdowns.
No double countdowns. No triple stream audio. By the way, like, I don't think enough has been said about the classic head
about
sculpt.
the formation head.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I love the one with Battle Cat, but there's like almost like this spooky Halloween vibe to PANTHOR with the classic head, right? With those green piercing eyes.
Yeah.
I just can't get enough of this, dude.
It was one of those where we, you know, when we were doing the classic head for Battle Cat, it was like an instant, like, well, we have to do it for PANTHOR, right? And you know, the sculptor who did a lot of these portraits, Matt Black, he really captured that essence of the show, while you know the direction was to still keep it, you know, a little bit of realism so that it doesn't look really odd on the body, you know. So we do have the fur texture and the, you know, the paint is dynamic and stuff like that, so it's not you know, just odd, like cartoony head on a really detailed body.
Yeah, and that's a big point. You know, there's so much. I know so many of you who are watching now are huge, you know, obviously fans of toy collecting, and you're more in tune with the process and how sculptors and designers work and stuff like that. But it's an important decision at that moment. Do we go smooth with the head sculpt, or do we integrate some of the realism in the sculpt so it feels like it makes sense as a whole piece? And it's such a good call, because you get the feeling of the classic design even more so than if you just had a one-to-one smooth one. This feels like it fits again, because what's the point of this? It's the Mondo take on the Masters of the Universe, how we envision even the classic design, right? So
exactly. I mean, we've been doing it for a while now, and even with Beastman, you know, we did the you know, the classic, kind of the old, not Filmation or you know, the cartoon, but it was the old figure, right? And it was the same idea, right? And to reinterpreting it to make it, you know, not feel so out of place when it's on our super detailed bodies.
Right. I also wanted to highlight this one, but before I do, Brian Carr says, please do more of these streams. Love to get Mondo Motu updates. We're going to do it, Brian. Thank you, man. I know you're a huge supporter, so appreciate it. But look, I love this picture too, dude, because a lot of times when you see the photo, I know a lot of people knew that Battle Cat was big. We had the Pixel Dan video. Everybody said it's like the size of a cat. Everybody knew what was coming. And yet when you get it in hand, you just don't understand until you're holding how big and how heavy and substantial these are. But these photos are great, because I do have a visceral memory of my original PANTHOR in my hand. And I know what that feels like. I know how big it is. And to see the Mondo PANTHOR next to it really does give you an idea of how big this guy is, man.
Yeah. I love when Raul does this. And we did it with Battle Cat last year too, right? To kind of show the big difference between the two, you know. And not only that, obviously, you know, it's inspired. It's the love that we have for the original toy line. You know, we're huge fans. You know, we want to keep making these until the end of time. So to be able to, you know, do something as crazy as a PANTHOR, right, at this scale and this type of detail is awesome.
It is so great, dude. It is so great. And you can really capture the love in these pictures, man. I just love also seeing all the different armor pieces that come with it. I know we've talked about them in the past, definitely at shows and stuff, but can you talk a little bit about the idea to create this, the armor set that comes with it? Like, I know there's different pieces we'll show here, but for example, like the one with the horns here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is inspired by, you know, some other iterations of PANTHOR that have existed in the past, right? We take a lot of inspiration from 2000X, from, you know, Emiliano is basically our Motu guru slash, you know, main concept artist for the most part for this line. And he has a lot of roots in 2000X and a bunch of, you know, just kind of like knows Motu like the back of his hand.
Yeah,
so Yeah, exactly. And so we, I always chat with him right before we start a project. We kind of talk about what we want to see, and and I like that. And then the horned helmet was just one of these that we were just like, we have to include. It's just going to look so cool, and it really does. It makes it. That's the head. Like my favorite head on it is this one.
Yeah, me too, dude. This one feels like it always could have, should have been the helmet design, which is the best compliment I can pay it. Joshua Frost says, I've got Skeletor coming. This is tempting, dude. Do not. Let me remove my I work at Mondo and I want this to do well hat for a second and talk to you as a collector who has his own collection of stuff that I collect, right? So don't, if you're on the fence, look at what's become of Battle Cat on the secondary market. Ask your peers here in the chat. If you're on the fence, don't miss it, dude. It seems like people are able to move them if they need to, but don't skip it, dude, because this is one of those pieces. If you're really building out a collection at some point, or even if you just got Skeletor, which is the great thing about this piece. If you just got Skeletor, PANTHOR turns the figure into a statement piece, like the pieces the photos that we were showing where he's sitting up top. I'll go back to them real quick. Like, you can create this moment, dude. This moment takes your Skeletor figure, which to me is already like a work of art. It's just an iconic Skeletor representation, but you put him on PANTHOR, you get the hype boost, and you really feel like you got a major centerpiece for your collection, in my opinion. That's just me, Peter, collector guy, not necessarily Mondo.
Peter Collector Guy. It's your new Instagram handle.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I love it, man. I wanted to. Oh, this is good. I need a Mondo bone throne for PANTHOR to rest near Skeletor's feet. Totally. Let's here. This is the guy who knows what he's talking about. Mega J Retro. Don't sleep on this, kids. Once in a lifetime. He'll tell you. He'll tell you not to skip on it. Not don't pass on it. So there's a couple of shots I want to show here. I mean, they're all so good, dude. But I wanted to highlight. Here he is on the piece again. Here, next to Battle Cat. That really kind of tells you too. Like, if you got your Battle Cat, it's just an amazing thing to have He-Man, Battle Cat, Skeletor, PANTHOR facing off, the silhouette, the symmetry of that. Like your shelf behind you. I have one of those. I would bookend them. I would have they're like right next to each other right here. Yeah. Yes. And I would just bookend them and just have them facing off, and that the armor, the colors, it just pops, dude. It's so strong. But and I love the scar on the eye that was added. Where was the origin of that?
I just wanted to add it.
That was it.
That was it. We just wanted, make him feel a little more battle worn than Battle Cat.
Yeah.
Make him just, Scar kind of makes make him a little more villainous.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Differentiate him from Battle Cat, since we could have just used Battle Cat's, unhelmeted head and painted it purple, but we didn't, right? We did a brand new sculpt that feels more in line with PANTHOR's original design. So, yeah, that's why.
Wait, this is important. Joshua Frost, give Peter a raise. Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much. Let me see. That's the best comment so far. Thank you. But so I wanted to show this picture too, Hector, because if you have Battle Cat, you already know that the amount of detail when you zoom in on the armor, the sculpt, the fur, right? It's just layers upon layers. It rewards you when you look at it from a distance because of that beautiful silhouette and how big it stands in your collection. But when you get up close, the reason I love 6 scale in general, and the reason I love this Motu line so much, is when you get up close, it rewards you for really enjoying it and scrutinizing it from a 360 angle. Every angle of these pieces reveals some kind of detail that talks about the character, the armor. Is storytelling, right? In the accessories, like what are the tech, like what are these materials made out of, or what are the designs signifying in their world. I love stuff like this.
Yeah, and again, testament to Emiliano, right? For he always adds his little flourishes into when we're essentially not necessarily redesigning, but reinterpreting these characters. Sure. And it's always an awesome touch. And then again, working with amazing sculptors to bring his illustrations to life is something that's always really special to see.
Yeah, shout out Matt Black and Tommy Hodges, who both worked on this.
Yes,
And,
yeah, big shout out to Tommy on our team who
yeah.
Had the monumental task of trying to articulate this entire, basically taking it from a standard pose to just completely breaking it apart and articulating this giant cat, which is it was a minute. It took us a long time of just R&D to get Battle Cat right. And
it's a labor of love, dude.
Yeah. And in turn, PANTHOR, benefited from all of that for sure.
Alex says Havoc staff vibes from the Horns. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that element, actually.
We have some behind the scenes we can share.
Oh yeah. Let's go to that. I was going to go right to that, actually. Let me do this. All right, everybody don't panic. Okay. So I'm going to try to do okay. Here we are. Yeah, you can talk to the comments for a second while I switch the images here. And I try not to collapse the stream. There we go.
Yeah, there's a question about Flocked PANTHOR. We can address that now while you're doing it. So yeah, Flocked PANTHOR, we showed him off at PowerCon. It was a great moment to show people that we were working on something pretty ambitious when you think about it in terms of the articulation and everything. And flocking, the two aren't really the best of friends, right? So yeah, we're still in a R&D stage with PANTHOR, right? Just still trying to figure out, work out all the kinks for it to work with flocking. And we also decided that it would be best to just kind of hold off on it until we got it perfectly. And also, no reason to put them both out at the same time, and just it'd be best to just kind of hold off on it a little bit. So. The plan is to get it sometime, next year, hopefully.
That's a Flocked PANTHOR.
Yes, for Flocked PANTHOR, yes.
All right,
again, that one's going to be super limited, as we mentioned at PowerCon. But yeah, for now, this is the focus.
Yeah, answer another question.
Let's see, Duplicate. Oh man, I think before we do Duplicate, we need a new faker, right? So I think when you see a new faker come out from Mondo, you can assume a Duplicate's going to be coming.
So that's some breaking news, right, Hector? That you just
yeah. I mean, I think
Mega J, run with that. Toy Addict 26 and Mega J are both here. Take that little nugget and take it to your communities. You got a piece of breaking news on the Mondo Toy Talk. Come on. Here's some behind the scenes shots, Hector. Now this sculpt is green, but it's not Battle Cat. So tell us a little bit about this.
Yeah, I mean, so we use this, the Battle Cat PANTHOR share the same body, and this is just a cool look that I wanted to share of Tommy's breakdown of articulation and testing articulation out and mapping out all the muscle work on Battle Cat, because we did have an original sculpt that was done, but essentially when you take it to articulation, you have to completely redo it all and remap the anatomy and all of that. So this is just a good way to show, I just wanted to show off Tommy's work that he did.
Yeah, it's absolutely stunning, man. I love seeing the anatomy underlay, even though that doesn't necessarily show up in the final sculpt. It does, because it's the forms that everything's built up on top of.
Exactly. And it's roughed in real quick, but it's just to kind of show proof of concept that this is the kind of articulation that we were going for, specifically Tommy when he was working on this.
100%. So here are some, Hector and I wanted to share these with you guys because to me, this stuff's you don't always see stuff like this unless you have someone who works internally and can share it. But this is the kind of stuff that highlights how much work goes into a piece like PANTHOR, like Battle Cat, right? So it's highlighting the toes. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it was one of my first requests when I hit up Tommy to do this, and it was like I want the toes to articulate. And he was like, "Oh, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's got 1/6." You can get so much. There's so much, expression that comes from the hands, right? And when you do it with something like this and this big, I felt like, especially the front paws, not necessarily the back paws. We didn't do it there, but in the front paws, it was important to be able to have that expression, and then you can really see it and come through in all of Raul's photos.
Exactly.
Right, where it just adds a little bit extra layer of like making it more dynamic, and that's kind of like what I look for when we're doing these, right? Is like, give me that little bit to make something more dynamic, and maybe sometimes it's simple as just articulated paws.
Oh yeah, Tommy's like, oh yeah, simple.
Oh, I know.
Exactly.
Right.
No, but it's true, especially if you're someone who displays your figures with like diorama pieces or whatever. Like I know a lot of collectors get just rocks from their backyard and like fake grass and put it on their shelf, and then you can like rest his paw, and it kind of like cradles whatever it's resting on because of the articulation. So it's a great touch, in my opinion. So here, look, here's some more of these shots I thought were really cool. So here's, what do you call this again? I know you talked about it one time when you split up the sculpt.
We just kind of call it the exploded view.
Exploded view. That's what it was.
Yeah, that basically, it's just a cool way to show like all the layers of the armor, right? The layers of that were, this is an early pick. This was not completely final yet, but it was still just kind of showing the breakdown of all the parts, right? All the major parts. This was a cool look. We do have like pretty much fully sculpted head underneath the helmets, right? I mean, for the sake of it fitting properly, there are some areas that get smushed down and all of that, so that it just reads better when you're holding it in your hand or seeing it in person. But we went through the trouble of actually making sure that underneath there still is PANTHOR's face, and it has that extra layer that adds that layer of realism rather than it just being merged into one.
Yeah, totally. So and here's some of the concept art. And this is Emiliano's illustrations.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, you can see like how the concept art starts, where there's front views, side views, 3/4 views to really, explain more quick. I mean, it's more quick. It's quicker to do as an illustration than to do in sculpt, but this kind of informs the sculptors and makes them more aware of what's being pursued or what we're looking for. So yeah, so some great little concept stuff there. I do want to go and answer a lot of questions that are in the chat by showing the blog here. So I'm going to do this and just go right to the blog. That was faster than I did the last time. That was great. Okay, so right now, if you go to mondoshop.com and you go to the About link, which is right at the top here, and you click on it, there's a blog. That's where we put all our new news about what's coming soon. So you can see the whole article here. Mo2 PANTHOR timed edition 1/6 scale on sale info, right? So you get some of the shots that we were showing you. But I wanted to get to, there's a lot of detail and good shot stuff here, but I wanted to get to the shipping questions. A lot of people were asking about that after reading this.
Yeah.
And I wanted to kind of like go over with everybody because people are asking. So essentially, tomorrow it goes on sale, right?
Yes.
Okay, tomorrow I know that because the ticker is still showing the information, so I didn't have to memorize it. Thank God.
Right at the bottom.
It goes on sale, and we are going to be shipping PANTHOR in 2 waves. So top level view. Normally the plan would have been it goes on sale tomorrow, and we wait a few months for it to arrive in people's homes. We're to start shipping to people's homes, correct?
Basically, it's we would then wait for production to finish.
Yeah, wait for production to finish. But in this case, there's the first wave 1 of the PANTHORs will actually ship in November on a first come first served basis. So it means that some of you could receive your Savage Cat before the holidays. If you are within wave 1, you'll receive a shipping notification 1 to 2 days after placing your order. Wave 2 of the PANTHORs will ship in line with our previous releases. You can expect those to ship in April of 2024. So April 2024 would have been the normal ship date, but we just happened to have a batch of them ready to go. So it's exciting. I found that out. I'm like, holy crap. Like, I know there's a good portion of people out there who want this before the holidays, whether they're getting it for themselves or getting it for a friend or a family member. Like, you can unwrap PANTHOR under the tree for the holidays this year. So that's kind of a cool idea, some of you. But even if you're not in that first wave, you're still getting it at the original plan timed window that most people were expecting anyway. So in reality, it's kind of a rad thing. So a lot of people are, go ahead, Hector, you want to chime in?
No, yeah, just chime in on that. We felt it would be something fun to do and something new for us that we don't normally do, is having a set amount that will be available for folks, like you were saying, to maybe have before the holidays, or to be able to open something like right away, right? It's something we haven't done before, but not necessarily the norm moving forward, but it is something that we wanted to try out for this release. And like you said, if you are a part of Wave 2, it's still going to come a lot sooner than, like, say, Battle Cat was, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so, so really, by the way, shout out Florian Burtmer's here in the chat. Beautiful Florian Burtmer art will be accompanying these figures. You got it there?
Yeah, I have one of them here.
Hold on, let me see if I can highlight you.
Pop open real quick, and we can show everyone. Whoa.
Here, look at that.
Sorry.
He came and pick it up, and Hector's jacked. So the fact that he's struggling with that, look at that thing.
So here it is. Here's let me take it out of the plastic bag real quick so you all can see Florian's amazing artwork. If you're at PowerCon, you were able to see it in person and all blown up. Giant. It was part of our banner, but yeah.
That banner at PowerCon was a show stealer, and the fact that it's on this is in the top 5 boxes I would never throw away. Yeah.
I mean, and another fun fact is that if you have Battle Cat and and you have it, you can put them next to each other side by side, and it creates an entire scene. So, that was one of the things that, me and Florian chatted about, was like, let's continue the scene from Battle Cat onto PANTHOR. And that's something pretty cool.
It's amazing, dude. It's huge.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's huge.
So shout out Florian on that one. Speaking of big, you can see from this shot, the scale in hands. Now, I think it's hilarious that he's holding it like that, and it's not a photoshopped image. So it's not, right? It's like a real image.
No, that's him.
But it's just amazing because I've held these guys in my hand, and like, that is the most courageous way to hold this thing, because it's heavy. It's heavy.
It's
a
heavy.
Substantial piece. So people wanted to know what the timed edition includes. I saw that question come up, so I wanted to address that. PANTHOR timed edition includes the helmetless swappable head, the horned helmet swappable head, the battle fanged helmet swappable head, the classic PANTHOR swappable head, and the fully removable body and leg armor. So, yeah, that's the timed edition right there. That's everything you're getting in the box, and it's insane. It's a nice set. So, yeah, really rad. And then the credits are there. You can see some more of the pictures there. Limit 3 per customer. Anybody who wants to breed little PANTHORs, your dream's finally available. Yeah, finally coming true. So yeah, super exciting stuff. Once again,
something else to bring up, since you had Skeletor down there, and this will be
good point.
This will go out with our email blast tomorrow. But I'm not sure if it was mentioned in the blog. I don't think it was.
It does. It is.
It's right.
I think it's right here. For those who missed out on Skeletor Deluxe this past summer, we will be putting up a new Skeletor regular edition along with PANTHOR. Skeletor regular edition is not timed and will remain in stock as long as supplies last. So I think it's good that we talk about that, because to me, I love that. I freaking love that. We've talked about it so much behind the scenes. There are certain characters in a line that if you miss, you almost are like, but what's the point of getting Trapjaw if I don't have Skeletor? Or what's the point?
It's like a Robin without a Batman, or
and so
Joker without a Batman.
Right. And speaking of Batman, we also have kept Joker and Batman in stock in our 1/6 line. So just like that, we are going to be keeping Skeletor in stock for anybody who wants to pick up Skeletor and miss the timed edition. The regular edition will be available. It's a beast of a figure, and it will look incredible on top of PANTHOR. So if you missed it,
very similar to what we did last year with He-Man regular, which was we brought out He-Man regular during the Battle Cat timed edition, and this will be the same with Skeletor. He will come with a lot less accessories. Obviously, we want to still honor what made the deluxe edition super special, but basically with Skeletor, we felt like, if you did miss out on it, then this is your chance to still have a Mondo 1/6 Skeletor added to your collection, and to go with PANTHOR, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's an opportunity for people who either joined the line late, There are a lot of people I know who joined the line with Trapjaw and Beastman and missed out on Skeletor and have been asking me, hey, are you putting out another Skeletor? Well, this is it, and there are some people who have hit me up and said, I have a deluxe Skeletor coming. He's got 3 armor sets.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. And I want another body, but I don't know if I didn't order multiple deluxes. Are you going to do a regular edition? Because that way I can buy that one and have another.
That was a big question we got at PowerCon.
At PowerCon, yeah.
There's a lot of people asking if there's a regular Skeletor edition, Skeletor coming out, and yeah, we want to honor the timed editions as being something very special. And sometimes the timed editions, that's it. This is your last chance of ever getting it, right? Because we may not ever redo that version of the character again, right? But in the case of like He-Man and Skeletor, super fan favorites, we do try to make them available, like you're saying, and even if it's like less armor and stuff like that, it's still a way to add it to your collection.
So a quick question from Brian Carr: any word on when Ultimate Skeletor ships?
Yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be soon. We're at the stage where we're basically it's going to be ready to go soon.
Yeah, it's very soon. We can't say exactly when yet because there's little technical things that happen, but it's coming. And thank you, Clint Jorgensen. Ordered my Mondo Omega Red yesterday. I need to figure out a way to get PANTHOR. Yes, sir.
Omega Red is one of my favorite figures of the year that we put out.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy that people have been able to get one, and the response has been fantastic for Omega Red.
100%. Yeah. People have asked if they order the regular Skeletor with their PANTHOR tomorrow, will that affect what ships out?
No. So basically, if you let's just say you're on there tomorrow, you ordered PANTHOR. If you're ordering PANTHOR tomorrow, you're more than likely. I'm just gonna say you're gonna receive that shipping notice, right? Even though Skeletor Skeletor regular will ship a little later. I believe it's very, very early next year, like January, February, around there. You don't have to worry. They will ship separately. Now, when it comes to international customers, that's a little bit different, just because of how international works and some of the nuances that go into that.
So if you're an international customer and you're planning on getting PANTHOR and the regular Skeletor, and you're there early tomorrow and you want to get one, you should do 2 separate transactions?
Yes, that's probably the best way to go. If you're international, do 2 separate transactions for PANTHOR and Skeletor if you want your PANTHOR to ship in the next coming weeks, for sure.
Yes. So that's a couple of big points you just said that right there. So let's highlight that.
Yeah.
If you come tomorrow to pre-order your PANTHOR, there's a high likelihood you're getting it very quickly. Like there's a high can't guarantee anything. It could be insane tomorrow. It could be that the entire population of the planet comes in.
Mass pandemonium.
It could be. But if we're just going by, the past and numbers of the past, if you show up tomorrow and you lock in your PANTHOR, you're gonna have a great holiday buddy to display on your mantle. The chances are. We can't guarantee, but that's what I say. And then the other big point we wanted to address: if you order PANTHOR and the regular Skeletor that's up on the site tomorrow, we will not hold it. We will ship it out if it's ready to go. If you got one of those early PANTHORs, we will ship it out to you.
Exactly.
You won't have to worry. Your regular Skeletor will ship out to you when that one's ready. So we won't penalize you for doing that. Now, when it comes to international customers, again, Hector just said this, but I know some people are multitasking right now. International customers, okay? Because of the complexities of shipping internationally, we strongly advise you to, if you're going to get PANTHOR and regular Skeletor, if you're just getting PANTHOR, you're good. Don't worry about it. Put the order in. You're good to go. If you're getting both, strongly recommend that you do 2 separate transactions. 2 separate transactions. Obviously, get PANTHOR in first. Get that thing dialed in, locked in, ready to rock. Then go get your Skeletor. Because that way you won't have to worry about them being held and shipped together at a later date. Right, Hector? Did I get that right?
And of course, if that doesn't matter to you and you're getting both both Panther and Skeletor regular, and you don't have to worry. You don't want to worry about the additional whatever fees that are
True
when you're an international, especially the EU and places like that. Then you just do a normal order like you normally would, and you're going to get them both at the time that it's supposed to go out. So either way, you're going to get them. It depends. We're just trying to make it a little easier and explain here what some options are, so that everyone is satisfied as best we can.
Now, I want to highlight this comment. I don't know if we have the exact answer yet, but I can bring it up. What will the flocked Panther have, or what will it? In essence, what does the tomorrow's Panther have that the flocked one will not have? Do you have that? Do you know it?
Yeah. So when the flock Panther comes out, which again, we're still in a big developmental stage with it. So we don't have a hard date, but basically it's going to come with the horned head,
right?
And then the classic Panther. I'm sorry, not the classic, but like the original Panther head. Yeah, that one right there. The
one that's on the body here. You'll get this version, and you'll get the one with the horns.
Yes.
Okay. So you will not, if you're holding out tomorrow and saying, I love this thing, but I really want to wait and I can only get one. I'm going to try for the flocked one. You would not get the classic Filmation style head, and you would not get the saber tooth head. You would get the one featured on the body right here, and you would get the one with the horns.
Correct.
Okay, good. So there you go. That answered that question, I hope.
Has payment plans question down here.
Yeah, what about payment plans? Toy Cartel wants to know.
Yeah, so typical payment plans that we've been doing, we do Sezzle and Shop Pay. Basically, you just sign up through one of those programs and they break it down for you. I don't know how much it's going to be in terms of Panther, but it's usually pretty reasonable.
Yeah. So yeah, look, Brian Carson, I'll be having a Panther for Christmas. I mean, it looks that way, dude. And I want to, what I want to see, Hector? I want to see people take pictures with at Christmas. Push your family out of the picture. They had, just get them right out and put Panther right there. And you send that with a nice little holiday, template on top of it to all your friends and family. Hey, wish you were here, missing you on Christmas, yada, yada, from me and Panther.
Send us your Panther under the tree images and we'll reshare them.
I love it. I love it. So let me see. The archive says, I don't collect any of these, but Panther almost changed my mind when I saw it in real life. Yeah, dude. It was at DCon last year, and a lot of people couldn't believe it.
It was at PowerCon.
PowerCon. It's toured. It's been on tour.
He's been making the rounds. I believe Toy Cartel also asked, will Shop Pay also ship early if we order? Yes.
Oh,
yes. The payment plans will still work, nice. Even if you get the early shipping notification. So I think that's actually a big thing to bring up.
Yes, that's a good question.
Yes, they still work because it's the typical separate program that we're using through Shop Pay or Sezzle, or I think there's a PayPal something or other. I don't remember what all of them are, but yeah, you would get it, and then you would just make your payment plans through those applications.
Heck yeah!
So look at the shipping notification and all that.
That's a sweet deal.
That is actually
Panther now, and you just pay it off little by little.
Exactly. Yeah,
I like that. All right, so
Santa I think Panther is what we need to see.
What do we say?
Santa on Panther.
Santa on Panther. Yeah, I know some people have some Santa figures out there. I don't know if anybody's done a 6-scale Santa yet, but customize one, you guys. Come on, and throw them on there. So yeah, a lot of great stuff there. The Eternal Cat fight continues. So Florian says, "Who wants to see Mondo Skelecons?" Yeah, man.
Florian's been barking up the Skelecon tree for a while now.
Yeah. I love that idea.
Army build, right? You do like an army builder, kind of thing.
Would people be stoked at a 1/6 army builder, or would they be bummed out? I guess like Star Wars got the Stormtroopers, so there is precedent by it. I will buy any figure of a skeleton. That's one of my favorite things to collect, skeleton figures.
Yeah, but the Skelecons are they're awesome. I would Florian, you might just convince us the more you start to chime in.
I know, right? So good. But I think was there anything else?
I just want to see if we didn't miss some important questions here.
Okay, cool. Here's one. Brian Carr. Any chance we can get an update on Tila, Orko, Evil Lynn, like the time frames and any updated photos?
Yes. So, I mean, I think we've already said this, but we are going to be at DesignerCon this year again.
It's like a month from today, almost.
A month from today, basically, at December 15th through the 17th. If you're in California, if you are looking for something to do that week, and head over to DesignerCon. DesignerCon's such an amazing show, amazing toy show. If you want to find some really, really unique stuff, DesignerCon is my favorite show to shop, 100%. But we are going to be there. We're going to be there with our booth, and ton of surprises, ton of announcements, ton of just a lot of stuff that we're going to be revealing at that show. So yes, you can look forward to seeing Orko in person at DCon and Tila and see those and see the prototypes in person. And nice. I'm sure whoever's there we'll take pictures and it'll make the rounds. We'll probably talk about it and post about it as well. But yeah, DCon will be a great time for us to make some announcements.
Yeah, that's going to be super exciting. And I got to see some of that stuff, so I can't wait for you guys to see it. Toy Cartel, how dare you ask this inappropriate question on a family show? Oh, he meant to say ship. Okay. Let's see. Kevin Richard, will you be releasing Battle Cat and He-Man again, Hector?
This wasn't announced either, this wasn't announced, but He-Man regular edition, we do have some, not many, very, very little left in stock. That we had safety stock of and stuff like that will go up tomorrow as well. If you want and you missed out on He-Man regular edition, that'll be up tomorrow. As of now, for Battle Cat, no, there are no plans to re-release Battle Cat as of this moment. So like I said, sometimes our timed editions, we do like to honor it as being something that's extremely special and something that we just want to make sure that the fans who got it, this was the moment for them to be able to collect it. With Battle Cat as of now, no, there are no plans of releasing a regular edition or something like that, at least in the foreseeable future. Doesn't mean you won't have other versions of it, but it's just what we release as the timed edition. That's the only time.
Guys, ask more questions. Hector's giving away a ton of stuff today.
Info. What I see one card.
Get a question in, bro.
Faker and Scareglow. So, New Faker isn't necessarily confirmed, but I was just saying that when you see a new Scareglow, a new Faker, you can see, you can expect probably a duplicate down the line. Now, that being said, Scareglow, yeah, we announced it. We announced it at PowerCon. We announced that there is a new Scareglow 1/6, and this is going to be Mondo's take on the character. Going to be very similar to what we've done with everything else. The previous Scareglows that we've done, one of them was sort of Mondo take for sure. The second one we released was basically an homage to the original figure, the classic Scareglow. This time we're going all out, with the design. There's some really great Easter eggs in there if you're a hardcore Scareglow fan that we've included. And of course, we did announce during PowerCon Nightmare, which is a brand new character that we have created here at Mondo that will be in Motu canon, which I think again is something super just incredible. Crazy. It's crazy, right? And so Nightmare will be a Scareglow steed, and you look forward to hearing more about that next year. But yes, confirmed there is a new Scareglow down the road. You can expect them sometime mid next year.
And just want to highlight that because Hector's literally reiterating something we talked about at PowerCon. But the fact of the matter is, Mondo was entrusted with the opportunity to design an original character for Master of the Universe, which is Scarecrow's Beast Mount Nightmare. And we showed it off. It looks badass. You can find it on the internet. Yep. But it's so amazing.
Florian here in the chat was
designed by Florian, the great Florian Burtmer.
Something that was kind of like a brainchild between myself and Bob Fulkerson. And it was one of those ideas that kind of came about, and we were shocked that that they let us do it.
Yeah, and the reason I wanted to highlight it again is because that stuff only becomes possible whether it's them giving us Mattel giving us the permission to do it, us feeling confident that we can release it, because you guys have supported the line the way you do, because you keep coming back. Beastman blew up, Trapjaw blew up, and we know tomorrow's going to be crazy with PANTHOR. The deeper we go into the line and you guys putting your money where your mouth is, because I'm a toy collector, I've been on all the boards, I watched the YouTube shows, I know what gets said all the time. Give us the characters we never get. Go deep into the line. Like I see it right here. People are saying another run of Merman. When is Stratos coming?
Yeah,
Zodak,
Troopers.
Mundar. You know, the thing is that I believe them when they say it, because when we put up Beastman, everybody went hard for Beastman. Trapjaw blew up, right? So I believe you guys, we believe you guys, and because of that, we're going and we're working behind the scenes on doing all the cool stuff. So yes, thank you guys as always for that. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I think there was a couple more questions. Oh, look at this one. Red Beastman, please, and Flock Beastman.
Oh yeah, mini comic Beastman, right?
Let's see. A question. Will you be making Motu figures from the newer Netflix show? Well, we did Skeletor.
Yeah, we did Skeletor Revelation.
It's a great figure, by the way. I think it's a sleeper figure. Like I know a lot of people got it, but it's a great figure.
It is a great figure. I think a lot of people were happy with like the change in the articulation that we did for it, right? For that one. Yeah, I mean, you know, stay tuned for
You never know.
You never know.
You never know. And then I think Michael's been asking for better pics of the new Skeletor. It's if you go on Mondo Shop, I believe tomorrow when it goes up for pre-order, you'll see all the photos associated with it.
There will be a new page for it for Skeletor.
Yeah, but it's essentially the deluxe one sans some accessories. So if you just want to see like the body and the head sculpt and all that.
Yeah. It's the same minus the battle armor, the dragon armor, and the cape, the fabric cape and fabric hood,
and the dragon.
Yeah, and the dragon, with the dragon armor, but everything else is there.
Yeah. So yeah, super exciting. Oh, Grizzlor, huh? That would be awesome.
Oh, I know. Grizzlor needs some love. Same with Stinkor.
Stinkor with real stink. The question is, what does he smell like? So yes, super rad. Guys, you can throw in any more last minute questions if you want. We're going to wrap this up pretty soon. Yeah. We got to design more Motu figures for you guys to pre-order. So throw them in there. But while you guys get those in real quick, I just want to remind everybody once again, tomorrow early, right? Let's see. I'll look at the exact time. I don't say early. I don't know what I'm saying here. Oh, it's on a ticker. Tomorrow, 12 noon Central Time.
You put the ticker there for that.
I'm the one who put it there. I figured it's moving. I'm not going to forget that it's there. Yeah.
It's like that little, when you're looking at like news stations and it just has that little thing just going by. And
it's literally it. I got to get one.
You tune it out after a while. You just forget it's there.
You forget it's there. Exactly. So yeah. So tomorrow, once again, I know you guys know, but for real, make sure you know tomorrow is the day you want to show up. The hardcore fans want to show up tomorrow to get PANTHOR, because there is a huge look at this picture, by the way, dude.
I know.
The disrespect.
Even He-Man's being taken out in the back.
Everyone's getting housed. It's such a good shot. This actually might be one of my favorite shots because of the camera angle in the the perspective, the fact that He-Man's back there getting owned, and it's just like that head tilt on PANTHOR where it's like just menacing and evil. Like you can just hear him growling and snarling in his breath.
And Raul, the master poser.
And dude, that battle cat looks like Aslan, like when he gets wrecked in Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe. Remember the little cartoon? Sad, bro. A lot of emotion here. Okay, so anyway, how about some of those displays like in the picks for sale? We're still talking about stuff like that. Trying to really figure out and not just do something impulsive, right? Just want to make sure that what we do, we definitely want to do it. We've joked around and had serious conversations about everything from, like the slime pit, Castle Grayskull, like everything is on the table. But the question is, what's the right move for the collectors that's not just an egregious, like flippant, impulsive thing and like actually would reward you and your collection space. So we're still working on it. Believe us, we're still working on figuring that out.
Absolutely. Stay
Hammer
tuned.
of God says we'll take small dioramas, man. Anything. We hear you. We hear you.
We hear
stay
you. Yeah,
tuned.
for sure. Yeah. I think again, you tune in around, the DesignerCon time, whether you're there or whether you're following us on Mondo Shop socials. We'll be posting a lot of, new reveals and new, just news in general for the Mondo Toys department for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. So super exciting, guys. Thank you, by the way, all of you for joining us such last minute. We just kind of threw this up today and said, hey, come join us. Let's talk PANTHOR. Let's get into it. We really wanted to make sure everybody understood the shipping waves because it's all like a win to me. Like the way when I heard that, okay, April was a shipping day, that's way sooner than I thought to begin with because BattleCat took a little longer. And then when you guys told me that we're going to actually be able to get some really early, I'm like, we got to tell everybody so that everybody understands it. Everybody gets hyped and excited. And honestly, just show up early tomorrow, make the day one pop so that you pretty much guarantee, again, barring a giant wave of people from across the country deciding they need to collect 1/6 Motu. But show up there, pretty solid chance that if you show up tomorrow, you're going to get yours early. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hector, we miss anything?
No, I think that's it.
That was a successful stream.
Yeah, pretty good.
I'm happy with
Thank you everyone for joining us again. This was it's fun. Yeah, last minute, but we have some great questions. Thank you, Mega J.
Yeah, Mega J.
And shout out to Alex and Florian. Alex who works here at Mondo. I'm sure a lot of you know him.
Follow Alex Brewer.
Alex Brewer on his Instagram.
And Fanplastic 4.
Yeah, Fanplastic 4. And Florian Bertmer, who does all of our Motu boxes, basically all the artwork on the boxes, and has helped, did some concept art for Trapjaw and Nightmare.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's an amazing squad. It's really like if you're a student of the game, if you just love the toy industry and like who's working on what, and you look at the team at Mondo, it's insane who's working on this stuff. So it's a moment in time, man, like lightning in a bottle, and hopefully we can keep it going. And thanks to you guys, we will be able to hit the like button on your way out, trying to like grow the channel back up and make sure everybody knows that we're here.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe to it if you haven't yet. We're going to be doing this more often. We're not going to promise a regular cadence just yet. We're just trying, there's a lot going on, but we will be doing this more often. Hector and I and the team want to talk to you guys and share a lot of stuff with you and hear your comments, hear your input. We get so many great ideas from just talking with you guys. So hopefully you come by and join and party with us because it's a great, great party. And see you tomorrow. PANTHOR dropping tomorrow is going to be a big one. Hector, you hyped?
I'm hyped, man. I'm excited.
Yeah. All right, you guys. I love you guys.
For folks to get these, so it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And they're going to get them so soon, some of you. All right. I love you guys.
All right.
Bye.
See you, everyone.